Okay, so let's do some live hydrojetting here. We've got a 4-inch trench drain with a grate access. Couldn't get that grate off, otherwise I would have used the tiger tail guide, but again, we have a video on that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just insert and make sure I get several feet into the line. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull out some hose so I have some to work with. With these sharp edges here, I'm going to be very careful not to cut the hose. So with wireless remote control, I just flip my wire switch on. I'm going to bring this valve up. When you're running wireless control, this safety valve isn't necessary because there's a secondary safety on the wireless remote. So to get ready to jet, I'll lift that all the way up. Now I'm ready to start my engine. Touch the on switch, which is like turning your key to on. Start it up. Give it a little throttle. And I'll pressure up. It's a pretty simple process here. You can see with the trench drain, the water jet moving along there. And this is quite a long run. If I wanted to really take the time, I would have pried this grate off, set my tiger tail in there as a guide, and worked it up and down. But in brief, that gives you a quick look at, again, in wireless mode, I set the valve up. Now for safety, I'll go ahead and move it down. Now my jetter's in the safety position, and I can clean up and move on to the next job. Okay, as I finished the job and pulled the nozzle out of the line, I went ahead and took the nozzle off and stowed it. It's really important when you're working with jetting hose to not let it loop and kink. Kinks cause a weak point in the hose and cause your hose possibly to rupture. Again, I talked about high pressure safety. Most kinks happen not when you're jetting, but when you're putting the hose away. It's important, especially if you have a lot of hose all laid out, stretch it out in a nice big loop. And then when you're winding, it won't have a tendency to curl into something like this, which you're not, if your back is turned to it and you're winding up the reel, you can have it catch on something and all of a sudden you're just going to pull this right into a kink. So a nice big loop makes that easy. And just finish winding up the hose. Try not to drag the hose in on the ground. And then we stow the hose right here, as we had it when we started. Draw the reel up. I like to lock the reel with the reel lock. And we're good to hit the road. That pretty much sums it up. Again, we have a lot of videos that go into detail on nozzles and whatnot, accessories, but that gives you a full run through on running the Eagle, all the features of the Eagle 200 jetter and operation there. Again, appreciate your attention, appreciate your order, encourage you to be safe and get out there and get jetting.